When I first come off the plane in this country, my folks back home, they trusted I would make a better life for myself. The day after I arrived, I did make friends with a British boy named Nathan, who was an Arsenal supporter like myself. My friend Justin, who I had come to this country with, said, you shouldn't trust these people. Look what happened to our ancestors when we trusted the Europeans many years ago. I told him, stop living in the past. Times have changed. He said, you will soon see. The next day, my new friend had invited me to the pub to watch the local London derby between Arsenal and Chelsea. When we arrived, I never did see such a lively atmosphere. They were chanting a song saying, here we go, here we go, here we go. And they were cheering on the players and cursing out the referee on the TV screen as if they were really there. To say the least, I had a really good time. Then during halftime, I was approached by this very attractive lady who introduced herself as Tracy. So I said, hi, I am Reggie. She was wearing an Arsenal shirt, So I suppose that was the connection. Then we began to speak and got more acquainted with each other. And I suppose by the end of the night, she thought I was trustworthy enough to exchange phone numbers with her. So that is what we did. Then I arrived home to tell my friend the good news. He said, Reggie, you shouldn't trust these type of girls, for their father will despise them for allowing a black man to contaminate the race. I said, how do you know? He said, you will soon see. I said, but how do you know? He said, trust me, you will soon see. So weeks went by, and I got to know Tracy a bit better. We had arranged to meet at the original place we met. And she told me she trusted I am a genuine guy. So I told her, I feel the same about her. Then she asked me if she can trust me with a secret. I said, of course. Because I am not the type to talk about people's business, So she told me she has never been with a black man before. And she wanted to kiss me from the first time we met. So I told her, you can trust me. If you kiss me, I will kiss you back. And also, I have never kissed a white girl before. So we kissed. Then she told me, I hope you don't feel bad about me, but I really don't want our night to end here. So we went back to her flat, which wasn't too far from the location, and we had a good time. The next morning I arrived home. I could see my friend was disappointed in me. He stared at me, shaking his head. I said, what is wrong with you? He said, don't say I never told you so. But I didn't pay him no mind. I continued to see this girl, and it seemed we had a good thing going. Then fast forward a couple weeks later, I did receive a phone call from a withheld number. So I take the call skeptically. I say hello. Then the voice of an Englishman, they say, is this Reggie? I said, yes, who am I talking to? He said, I don't want to see my daughter again. I said, you do know that she's a grown woman. He said, who told you so? I said, she told me she was 23. He said, oh, is she now? I asked him, how old is she dead? He says she has just turned 17. Oh my God. He said, yes. He said, I am very disappointed. For she is at college and you have just come along and got her up the dove. I said, what do you mean got her up the dove? He said, are you silly? I said, no. It's just I don't use this term often back home. He said, pregnant. You have got her pregnant. And before I can scratch my forehead, he hung up the phone. So I did try to call Tracy after. After several attempts, I get no answer. So I get down on my knees and I talk to the Lord, asking for forgiveness, worrying about what I'm going to say to my folks back home. The same evening, I did get a visit from her father and her elder brother. Just to say that the visit was not pleasant. They had planned to teach me a lesson. Then the following week, I did see Tracy on the bus. Although her father and brother had given me a pasting, there were still questions I needed answered directly from her. So I went and sat on the seat beside her and I asked, is it true? And she nodded her head. So I asked her, what about the baby? She said she had a termination last week. Then the bus did arrive at her stop. And that was the last I saw of her. I suppose my friend knew what he was talking about all along. Never be so quick to trust a stranger.